I'm happy to have you. Happy New Year. My name is Tara. I'm a mindfulness meditation teacher, and I'm also participating in Dry January. Today is day 6 for me. Some observations I've made so far. Even though it's taken me longer to fall asleep at night, I've been sleeping much more soundly, only briefly waking up here and there throughout the night, which is a big change. There were times throughout December, especially when I would wake up for a few hours at a time in the middle of the night and then wake up exhausted. So that's been a really nice change. I've also been sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night, which is a lot for me, especially post-menopause. My dreams have been particularly vivid, which has made my sleep seem even more satisfying most of the time. And my resting heart rate dropped dramatically on Saturday. It was kind of hovering throughout December. It kind of hovered around between 68 and 70. And on Saturday, it dropped down to 59. So definitely some noticeable changes. Today was my first day back to my normal routine after the break. So those of you who know me know that I homeschool my 2 teenagers, and I work from home, and then I also try to do things to keep myself active. I'm dancing. I started dancing again 3 years ago after a 26-year hiatus, and I've just loved it. And today's the first day back to that. Um, on the downside, I mean, I still get cravings. I don't think, well, maybe they will go away at some point, but they're still pretty fresh right now, especially right before dinner when I would normally pour myself a glass of wine to kind of mark the end of my day and the beginning of my evening. And I've had to find other ways to kind of relax and chill. So that's been one of the challenges. And that's why I scheduled these sessions for this time, because I know this is the witching hour for many. It's 6 p.m. for those of you on the East Coast. And so hopefully this will offer you an alternative to pouring that drink and being able to move into your evening with some ease and relaxation. Um, During the meditation, I'll be prompting you to remember your intention for the month and to credit yourself for any benefits you've experienced so far. But more than that, I want to guide you to normalize any feelings that might be coming with your efforts. During times like this, when we're trying to change our habits, we often try to resist any cravings or challenging feelings that arise. And this often leads to an internal struggle and self-judgment. So we might say to ourselves things like, I'm not cut out for this. This is not going to work. I'm not going to make it. And that often leads us to give up. So these sessions are designed to help us recognize our cravings as part of being human and to hold them in self-compassion and to be with them without letting them run us over. These 20-minute guided meditations involve RAIN, which is an acronym for recognizing any difficult feelings and cravings that are present, allowing cravings to be present without judgment, investigating cravings and the beliefs surrounding them, and then nurturing the vulnerable parts of ourselves affected by these cravings. So 4 steps there. And as we get set up for this next meditation, I'm just going to give a few reminders. So for these meditations, it is best to find a quiet spot, but it doesn't have to be silent. Noise is normal. You might hear my dog snoring right now. She's always here. I have, as I said earlier, I have 2 teens, and I'm used to hearing them outside my room here. I'll prompt you to find anchors where you can return your attention if your mind wanders throughout the meditation. But sound can actually serve as a great anchor. So, for example, you could tune your attention to any soft noises around you as a way of bringing your mind back to the present moment. And all that said, please don't think that your mind has to be completely blank or that you're doing it wrong if your mind wanders. Minds do wander like cravings. That's completely natural. Whenever you realize that your mind is wandering and you bring your attention back to the present, that's a moment of mindfulness. So, congratulations. You're always welcome to watch these recordings if you can't make a session or need additional guidance on the days when no sessions are scheduled. I'll be holding these live sessions throughout January on Mondays and Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern and again at 6 p.m. Pacific, and on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern and again at 5 p.m. Pacific. Okay, so let us begin. Find a position that allows you to feel comfortable yet alert for the next 20 minutes. So that could be seated upright in a chair. It could be lying down on the floor, or it could be seated on the floor, whatever suits you best today. Just kind of tune in to what you really need at this point. And I'll just pause here briefly while you get situated. I have no idea if my Hi. I have no idea if my Facebook Live just started because it said live 6 minutes ago, but then it prompted me to start the video. And so I've been talking for 6 minutes. I'm not sure if all of that recorded or was broadcast. Anyway, thank you for joining me if I'm just starting now. I'm just giving everyone a few minutes to get situated before I start the meditation. So if this wasn't broadcast before, I invite you to find a comfortable spot, a quiet spot, but it doesn't have to be silent. Surrounding noises are perfectly natural and normal for this time, and you can actually use sound as an anchor, and I'll offer that as an option in the meditation. To get situated, you could either sit upright in a chair with your hands resting in your lap or in an armrests, or you could sit on the floor on a cushion, or you could lie down if that suits you best today. Just take whatever your body needs and honor that. Make sure that you're comfortable yet alert so find a position that allows you to be comfortable yet alert for the next 20 minutes or so. And once you find the position that best suits you, you can go ahead and lower your gaze. You could either rest it on a focal point a few feet in front of you, or you can close your eyes altogether. As you get situated, just do your best to relax any obvious areas of physical tension. And then tune into your breath. Breathing deep into your belly for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Holding for 2. 1, 2. And out for 4 from your belly, then your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Breathing in again for 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold for 2. 1, 2. And out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time in. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2. And out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And now allow your breath to be natural. The breath is always with you, and it serves as a good home base, an anchor to the present moment. So you might notice this breath and this one. If the breath is not a good home base for you, you might anchor your attention to another sensation instead. You could draw your attention to your hands and how they feel, or where your feet rest on the ground, or where your backside touches the surface that you're on. Sound also serves as a great anchor. So you might draw your attention to the soft noises around you, perhaps the hum of the heater, the ebb and flow of nature sounds, or even traffic outside your window, the start and stop of voices in the other room. With relaxed, interested attention, discover what the sensations of the breath or your chosen anchor feel like, moment to moment. Where is your attention now? Each time you notice that your mind has wandered off is a moment of mindfulness. When that happens, gently bring your attention back to the inflow and outflow of the breath or your chosen anchor, offering a relaxed, wakeful presence. Now move your attention to your body, starting at the crown of your head and working your way down your face, the base of your skull, the front and back of your neck, meet any areas of tension with kindness and do your best to relax them. Move your attention down the shoulders, the arms and hands, the chest and upper back. Again, relaxing what you can. Imagine the whole body breathing. Working your way down your torso and lower back into the pelvis and bottom. Continue to meet any tense areas with kindness, relaxing what you can. You might draw your attention to where your body makes contact with your surface. Allow the earth to hold you with patience and stability. Now, call to mind your intention for this month, whether it's to stop drinking altogether, to only drink on certain days, or to reduce the number of drinks you have within a given period of time. Visualize that intention as clearly as possible. What does it mean to you right now in your plans this evening? As you become aware of that intention, start to draw your attention to any challenging feelings that may arise in response. Maybe you sense some resistance, doubt, or anxiety. If this is normally the time of day when you would pour yourself a drink, you may be experiencing some cravings. Just take a moment to be aware of those feelings. What sensations are you most aware of? What thoughts, images, or even colors arise? If you feel any tension or a strong desire for a drink, just recognize its presence. If your thoughts are racing, or if you're not sensing much at all, recognize that too without judgment. Just say hello to whatever is most dominant, perhaps the situation's overall tone. Now, send a message to your heart to let this dominant feeling be. Find a willingness within yourself to pause and accept this moment. You might mentally whisper yes or welcome. You might offer it a seat at your table. If you find yourself saying no to the experience, you can say yes to that feeling of resistance too. Whatever is in front of you, this belongs. This too. You are simply noticing what is true for you without judging. Be the sky that can hold all the weather systems, or the ocean that can hold all the currents, all the waves. Now zoom in on one challenging thought or feeling. Whatever is most dominant, whatever is right in front of you. A- Approach it with curiosity. Explore this feeling more deeply, as if you're holding a magnifying glass to it. What does it believe? What stories does it tell you? What does it think will happen if you don't drink tonight? If you could personify this feeling, what would it look like? How old are they? What does their voice sound like? You might picture your younger self telling you how they feel. Now draw your attention back to your body. Allow yourself to breathe naturally, patiently, and take another scan of your body. Where do you feel this emotion or thought? How does it feel? You might name any physical sensations associated with it, such as tightness, throbbing, burning, heaviness. What does the most vulnerable part of you need right now? How does it want you to be with it? You might place your hand on your heart or wherever your body is affected, feeling the warmth and reassurance from your palm. You may imagine pulling that younger version of yourself onto your lap and embracing them. Or you might call on the presence of someone you consider deeply loving and understanding, such as a grandparent, child, pet, they could be living or deceased, or a spiritual figure. Feel their compassion flowing into you, supporting you. Now you might offer yourself some loving kindness statements. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free from inner and outer harm. Discover what happens when you bring an unconditionally loving heart to the parts of you that are hurting or vulnerable. Now call to mind one success you've had since you started this journey. It doesn't have to be a big one, just something that you can give yourself some credit for. Imagine yourself holding a picture of it and smiling upon it. You might say to yourself, I am capable. Yes, I can. Now envision a big gold sun above you, bathing you in its bright, warm rays. And rest here in possibility for a minute. I'll prompt you at the end of the meditation. As you move forward with your evening, keep this image, this reassurance in mind. When you're ready, you can draw your attention back to your contact with the earth, the sounds around you, your breath. You may open your eyes, taking in your peripheral vision first, and then the sights in front of you. You're welcome to stretch, bend over, and return slowly to an upright posture. Thank you for joining me. I'm sorry about the confusion, technical difficulties at the beginning of the session, but I like to think, if nothing else recorded, the meditation did. And you're welcome to watch the recordings again later if you need some extra support, especially tomorrow since I won't be doing a session then. I will be back on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern and again at 5 p.m. Pacific. Oh, and I will be back this evening at 6 p.m. Pacific for those of us on the West Coast, or if you're on the East Coast and want to do it again, feel free to join me. As you move forward over the next couple of days, again, just try to keep what we went through during this meditation in mind. Um, Remember to remind yourself of your intention every once in a while, to give yourself credit for any successes you've had so far, and to be kind to yourself, to feel your feelings when they arise, and to remind yourself that you are capable, that you can meet your intention, and yeah, to offer yourself some kindness. May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be free from inner and outer harm. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or want any feedback. You can leave comments or send me a direct message. Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. I wish you the best.